Okay, so if you want to make a global change to all your set points, let's say, for example, right now everything's set at 72 for heat,
Yep.
and you wanted to say, all right, we're going to set everything back to 68. What you'll want to do is you'll see if you mouse over, it tells you it's a VA3 HO for heating occupied. Okay, and this one's 21, 22, 23, and so on. If you want to do it across the board, instead of doing all these individual changes, I'm just going to go to another page and I'm going to type in VA3 and I'm going to make a change here. So I hit exit and I go to manual change and I'm going to type in that VA3 and I'm going to put a space and I'm going to use an asterisk for a wildcard, and that's going to look at every VA3 that's out in the building. And this again is just for this one building that we're connected to. You need to make another change to another building, you got to connect to that one first. So we're going down, we're looking for that HO value, that heating occupied value that we saw. So we're just going down through here looking for it. Right here, occupied heating. Okay, I select it by hitting enter or clicking OK. And then I type in the new value. I'm not going to change it now because it will change everything. But I would just simply type in the new value and click OK, and it will just download to all the PIUs that new value that you just given.
Go for it.
Okay, you want to 68? Okay, so 68. Bam, there it is. If you want to change the cooling, we do the same thing. We just do change. It held the last value I had in here, VA3 in the space star. And you change the cooling in the same manner. You leave it right here. You want to leave them where they are at 74 for now?
That's fine.
So they're at 74. We just made that change also. So now they're all at 68 and 74. Gaylord, something I was telling earlier was that you don't want your heating and cooling to overlap. So always, if you're changing one, you never want that heating value to be set above your cooling value, because then since it's an auto changeover system, it kind of gets lost on which mode it needs to be in. So make sure your heating value is always lower than your cooling value. And it's a good idea to give it a couple degrees of separation. That way it doesn't cycle over. Yeah. All right. So if we go back and look, I'll go back to that when we were just in. Let everything load up. You should see everything at 74 and 68. With the exception of the values that we're not talking to.
Right.
You're not going to see those guys.
So we need to go dig into those and find out what's happening with those units.
You may find that the power's
they
turned off.
exist.
Yeah, maybe it's a common power source. That breaker panel's turned. Those breakers are turned off. Maybe the wire's cut if they really do exist out there. The best thing to do is go look for those units, see if they've got power first of all, then backtrack from there.
And this
So look at your values.
again,
See?
60,
This is
61.
61 and 55. So I'm not sure which building I clicked on. I have to go back to the summary to see it. Let's go back here. So there we are. It's RTU2. So it took it. If I go look at another zone, you see the same thing. Actually, no, I think I'm clicked into
61, right?
65, I believe, is where we are.
65.
Yeah, 67,
building
65.
one.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep. So that's it for all those. If I go look in the detail over here, you'll see the same thing. That one's missing from the system. So is that last one down there?
Is it common that you set it up where it can be expanded?
The system?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Do you
I mean,
think maybe they just had PIU 11 through 18
No, it
They
was
just
there.
didn't-
I think it was in place,
maybe stripped out or
and for some
something?
reason it was stripped out. Yeah, for some reason it was stripped out of there.
Okay.
And it could have been, who knows?
Yeah.
Somebody working on it. It could have taken something out of there. So that's pretty much it. And you see they followed the same suit.
Yep.
They took those set points. If you want to change the unoccupied, like I said, you do them right here.
Mm-hmm.
Just click and change. Really, it's self-explanatory.
Mm-hmm.
You change that value there. And then when you're done, when you want to log out of the system, just exit there, and then come over to communication, and go to disconnect.
Mm-hmm.
Disconnect for it, clearing the line. If you want to jump right into another site, as soon as it clears the line, you want to choose the re-login function, which is just down below from where it lets you come back to. Re-log in.
Mm-hmm.
You get to choose a new site, go log in, and go make the changes on another building.
Right.
Okay.